It's a massive heartbreak for India as New Zealand has emerged as the first ever World Test champions. The Kiwis chased down the target of 139 runs set by Kohli and company on the last day of the Test. This is New Zealand's first ICC trophy in 21 years. Here are the highlights of the match.
Bright sunny morning in Southampton, but not for India. Virat Kohli pushing far away from his body to a delivery that should have been left alone. Just what India didn't need to start the day.
He pushed out at that. He sometimes tends to do that, push out at deliveries.
Pujara needed to come up with nothing unusual by his standards, but somehow he chose to do it differently. The India number 3 poked at a delivery clearly in two minds, and Jamieson had his reward.
Outstanding delivery, outstanding spell.
Rahane many thought was unlucky, but then what matters is that New Zealand had dismissed half of the Indian batting for just 109 runs and a lead of just 77 runs.
Oh, wow. Horrible way to get out.
Rishabh Pant was let off in the slips but kept playing in his characteristic fashion that earned him a few boundaries too.
The counter-attack continues.
Jadeja was never allowed to free his arms, with Wagner bombarding him with a barrage of short-pitch deliveries before the left-hander gave up.
Got in. Jadeja is aghast, but Wagner has proved he's prodded, he never gives in.
Pant also finally ran out of luck and it was all over for him too. But his 41 still gave India something to bowl at.
Exactly what India didn't want at this stage.
The Indian innings folded up for 170, handing New Zealand a 139-run target to win their first ICC tournament since the 2000 Champions Trophy.
138 India.
Ashwin got 2 wickets and New Zealand were 44 for 2. And suddenly there was some excitement in the air.
Close, going on to hit. No hesitation for Michael Goff.
But Kiwis had their most experienced batsmen at the crease and they dug deep to keep the Indian bowlers at bay. They began well and ended well. And New Zealand, having finished runners-up in the last 2 50-over World Cups, finally had the monkey off their back. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Sweeps fine.
So could India have prepared better for the World Test Championship final in English conditions? My colleague Rahul Rawat spoke to Harbhajan Singh over this, and here's what he said.
You think New Zealand were far ahead of us as far as these preparations were concerned?
You know, left for England a little bit earlier than what they have left and played 1 or 2 games with one of the county sides. You know, that was going to help them, but that unfortunately didn't happen because nobody was sure what is going to happen, whether you know, IPL dates were going to be announced, when this is happening. So but you know, it was a big final which obviously India would have liked to win it and to become this championship of test match championship, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And of course now we sit back and see there are a lot of reasons we can find. You know, Indian team not going there early, not playing any practice match with any of the county side. You know, when you're playing amongst each other, you know what to get out of those games, and it's never those you know, kind of intense games. But when you play against any county side or top side, you know, you will play at your best, and of course you know what needs to be done to win those games. So I think India could have definitely gone a little earlier to England and played 1 or 2 practice games there.